Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been so long. it's been insane. So I moved, so my apartment is different. Well, at first I was living in a house, now I'm living in an apartment, so now that's where I'm at. Anyway. So someone had first I want to talk about how grateful I am for everyone who has been supporting me this whole time. A lot of you have been supporting my business and supporting my aura readings, and I really appreciate you guys for helping me out. There's been a few times when I really needed money and you guys have really helped me out. For those who don't know, my dog Lily did die in March, so it's been really hard for me to do a lot of things because she's like my favorite thing in the whole entire world. Well, favorite dog, favorite being in the whole entire world. So she's gone now. It's just me and my husband in this new apartment. So anyway, I just want to say thank you so much for helping me and supporting me the way you have. If you haven't supported me, which is fine, I mean, it's whatever. But if you haven't, I do have a GoFundMe happening right now so that I can get my wellness center in Philadelphia. It's going to have herbalism, so you guys can come to me for specific herbal remedies, or you can come to me for an herbal session so we can identify what you actually need based off what you already have. So if you're taking medicine already, it's in your best interest to come to me for an herbal consultation. And so that's the best way to go about that. That way you don't accidentally have any interactions between two different things. So anyway, someone in my comments, which I really appreciate, I think it's Musically Me is her name, I think. She proposed that I do a video on herbs to open certain chakras. So I am going to do that. Alright, so I think we should start from the bottom, just like the snake. Also, it's worth mentioning that this is American chakras and not actual true chakras. I am from America. United States. I'm from the United States, and I've never been to India, and I would love to go. It's like one of the places I've always wanted to go, but I am a yoga instructor, and this is the stuff that I do know. So this video is based off the things that I have learned as a yoga instructor, and not necessarily the actual system that actually lives in India. So if there is someone who is actually Indian and who has actually studied the chakras and the herbs that are associated with those chakras, like real chakras, then honestly I would recommend that you go to them and listen to them first, because honestly I'm not about that cultural appropriation stuff. So this is based off what I know as an herbalist, as a magical person. So we'll get started. Okay, so we'll start from the bottom. The Muladhara chakra at the bottom, the root chakra, and for that one I have down hibiscus, because it is, the color of that chakra is red, so hibiscus is really great for that. But also hibiscus is a great antioxidant, so it makes sense that is part of that chakra. It'll help ground you, it'll help you feel good. I also find that hibiscus is very it's a very sensual chakra, so it can be put in it's a very sensual herb. I mean, there's no real reason to it, but that deep red color is pretty sensual, so sometimes it can go into the next chakra. But also sunflowers and orange blossoms. I don't know why I felt orange blossoms belong there, but I feel grounded when I use orange blossom. I have an orange blossom hydrosol spray that I use on myself. It's not on my website, and I actually just really like that. I really like it. It feels grounding when I spray it on my face. It feels so nice. So that's one of the ones that I just felt like it belonged there. And the root chakra is all about grounding. It's all about being connected to this world. And then I'm trying to think what else. Oh right. And I also had sunflowers, because sunflowers are an incredibly grounding flower. Now, I wouldn't recommend eating the flower. I mean, I guess you could. I've never heard anything bad happening from eating the flower, but I mean, it's not really something that people do, other than sunflower seeds. So you can eat those all day. But you know, looking at sunflowers, being around sunflowers can be very grounding. So I like to add that one to the grounding root chakra. Next is the Svastisthana chakra. I'm pretty sure I'm saying all of this wrong, but it is the sacral chakra, womb chakra. So of course, you know, things that are reproductively healthy, like rose. Well, I have rose there because that's sexual, but like chasteberry, or like the vitex in general, or like raspberry leaf, or any of those things that are great for your uterus. For men and women, Damiana, which is an aphrodisiac. There's been found to be an aphrodisiac. So Damiana, or ginkgo's not in this list, but ginkgo is considered an aphrodisiac. Well, not aphrodisiac, but a sexual stimulant. So mainly because it speeds up the blood in the first place. So those are some of the ones that are on there, but also rose, because rose itself, if you're using it as symbolic, like the sunflower is like symbolic, it's like area and environment change, but if you're using it for herbs internally, I would recommend those other ones. But the ones that are like, let's say you wanted to use it for spell work, or you wanted to use it for manifestation purposes, rose, I have peony in there, which is actually good for the internal. Peony root is good for the internal, but it's also great for healing, so it could be in other places too. But also, if you wanted, you could put like jasmine for a scent, or anything that feels sensual and sexual to you. It makes you feel sexy when you're around it, but it also is sensual as a plant, you know. So those are on there. And then we're going to move up to Manipura, the chakra that's where your ego lives, solar plexus. I never know what to call that in English, because I don't actually, it's one of my most difficult chakras to understand, and I think it's because I'm an Aries, and the ego is always a difficult topic for me to understand, ego versus who I actually am. And I'm an Aries, Sun, Moon, and Mercury, so yeah. So for that one, I have sunny plants. Like, you could put sunflower in here, but calendula. I also have dandelion, because that makes all the sense. Not only is it yellow, which is the color of that chakra, but it also helps with stomach problems. It's a stomach tonic, and you know, right under here is where it lives, so it's a really good one for that one. Also, we have the heart chakra. This is my favorite chakra ever. I love love. I love everything that has to do with love. I have love everyone loving themselves, and I love loving everybody else. I love everyone who's on this page, who's watched this video, who didn't watch this video. The heart chakra is my favorite chakra. Anyway, Anahata chakra. For that one, of course, we have rose again, because rose is known to be one of those plants that have to do with sensuality, but also self-love and love of other people. I have jasmine here, mainly because jasmine actually does make me feel luxurious. It makes me feel like I love myself. You put jasmine in a bathtub and you just feel so good, you know, so jasmine is in there. I also have on here hawthorn, which is the heart plant, my favorite heart plant. So many people I know have heart issues, and hawthorn deals with so many of them. It fixes, you know, like arteriosclerosis. It fixes your high blood pressure. You know, it gets the blood flowing nice and smoothly. It's just, it's the heart plant. And if you're a reason that you are having a blockage in your heart is because there is something going on with your heart, because it happens a lot. Hawthorn is your thing. That's the thing you got to use. Hawthorn is your plant. So for the throat chakra, I constantly have trouble with this. My throat hurts actually right now. I don't think I'm keeping anything to myself, but you know, mostly things that have to do with artistic expression. Not necessarily like the fact that it's artistic, but the fact that you're expressing yourself as much as you possibly can. That's all about the throat chakra. So of course, we want to keep your throat chakra lubricated and happy. So elderberry is in here. mainly because it is known to help with respiratory problems. And marshmallow because it helps with mucus, lubricating the throat, protecting the throat from all kinds of problems, as well as cinnamon. I like cinnamon because it's kind of like a Martian herb, and it gets everything sped up, but it also has that emulsifying factor, and it's great for your throat. You have a throat ache, throw some cinnamon on it, but not by itself, like in tea or something, because then you'll have even more of a throat ache. So don't do that. Sorry, my brain stopped working. So anyway, cinnamon is a great herb for that. I think those are really good for your throat chakra, but I think there are others, ones that I can't really quite think of right now, but those ones are very literal, you know, good for your throat. Like anything you use symbolically, I think you could use anything symbolically as long as you put the intention there. So third eye chakra. This one was hard for me because the third eye chakra and the crown chakra are very interconnected. In order for you to even get to enlightenment, your brain needs to be able to see past what you think this reality means. You have to understand that this reality isn't actually, you know, isn't the real, like, it's not real, but not like, not real. Like, you know, everything that you feel is based off of your brain. Everything, you know, you are told that you can't do stuff, and that's not necessarily the case. Magic exists, whether you believe it or not, because this universe is filled with all kinds of energy and influences on energy, and you can influence that energy, and that energy is inside you, animating you. You can literally do anything, you know, and so in order to actually get to that enlightenment part, you have to go through the third eye chakra and actually see into the fact that you are not the only person here in this universe. And not only are you not the only person in this universe, you're small in this universe, but you are the universe. So you're not that small. You're a small piece of a big universe that you're actually a part of. I can go on forever on this. Let's just get to the herbs. Let's just get to the herbs so we don't get stuck here. All right, so for that I have California poppy and kava kava. That way, those two are great for helping you travel. Of course, do not travel without safe passage, without protecting yourself and making sure that you are, you know, in a safe environment. Make sure you know, really research into what you need to do, because I don't want anyone going around getting possessed. But they're great for traveling because they are hypnotics and they help you relax and sleep. And they also make you feel happy. and why wouldn't I want anyone to feel happy? So they help relieve anxiety, and they're like my favorite two things to take to go to sleep, because the next morning I wake up feeling incredibly happy. And then the crown chakra, I added lavender, passion flower, elderflower for personal reasons, and ginkgo, because ginkgo helps with your brain. Crown chakra's up here, so of course that's helpful. But ginkgo is very opening. It opens up the pathway, so that's a very great one for that. Lavender I added because it helps people relax and get out of their head and be able to see what everything is that they need to see. To be honest, it probably should go into the third eye chakra. This was a very hard one for me. I've been thinking about it since the person posted on my page herbs for opening different chakras. You know, like I've been thinking about it for a while, because I mean, it was a good idea. Like, it was a great idea, and I was like, I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. So anyway, you could put it there. A lot of these can go in different places. It just depends on you and how you're feeling. Once you know what the herb does, and you take the time to experience the herb in its full form, taste it, experience its energy, then you know where it goes. You know how it affects you and how you are feeling when you take it. And that's the way to open your chakras. That's the most important thing, is to be in tune with yourself and use herbs as a relationship, a friendship that helps guide you into your next space. I recently had made a tea so that I can connect with the different energetics of the plants that I'm using, so that I can find out what their message is to me. And in the end, the message that they gave me was, I need to figure out who I actually am and stop trying to copy other people. I mean, I don't know if you've noticed, I don't really copy people, but trying to model who I want to be after other people is a big problem for me, because I don't even know, you know, I mean, I know what I like because I've been taking the time to find out what I like, but, you know, trying to be someone else, trying to be this magical person, or trying to be this shaman girl, or trying to be this person that has a specific label. And, you know, I don't need a label. No one needs a label. Everyone can just exist the way they want to. And sometimes the herbs help open that pathway to you so that you understand what you actually need. I don't know if you watched Bahati Life, her thing. She was saying that when she has like, ooh, she was saying when she has messages, like she gets a little tickle in her nose. And I'm like, I wonder if that's what's happening to me. But anyway, like, you know, understanding who you are is the main part. And the plants, you know, you become one with them when you drink them, and you ask them for help, and then they give you help. They tell you, you know, what you need to know, and they can't tell you who you are. They can't do that. I mean, maybe they can if you find the right one, but in the end, they just tell you what you need to know. Like, you know, for me, it was, you know, have faith and be you, and whoever you are will be the person that other people will enjoy, and not the person that I'm trying to be. I don't have to be anything other than what I am. So that's what's happening. I hope this was a helpful video. If you have any questions, leave it down in the comments, or you have any ideas. I'm very open to ideas. I want to try to do this more so that I can get to know everyone and be really happy to see everybody. I hope that you love this video. Please like and subscribe as much as you possibly can. I know that's a weird thing. You could only do it like once, right? But anyway, if you could do it more than once, do it more than once. And thank you guys so much for sharing this space in my channel. I love you. I hope you have an amazing day. Goodbye.